Hi, I'm Darwisha. I will present to you about can online learning provide the same benefit as face-to-face experience. Both online learning and face-to-face learning have their own benefits and deficiency. Some people love online learning method more than face-to-face method because they can repeat what their teacher has taught over and over again via recording, even after the ended of their class session. But some people love face-to-face learning method more than online learning method because they can focus more on what their teacher explained. So we can see that online learning does not provide the same benefit with face-to-face learning method. So I will tell you the benefits of online learning and face-to-face learning method so that you can see the difference. The advantage of online teaching: first, more personalized. Second, more flexible. Third, more accessible. Fourth, allow for easier communication. Fifth, allow for deeper connection. And the last one is to build up your skills interacting with technology. So next, the advantage of face-to-face teaching. First, you will be able to concentrate more on your learning. Second, you will be able to gain greater understanding. Third, you will have greater chance to complete the course successfully. Fourth, you can access more information direct from your teacher. And the last one, you will easily get help from your teacher and friends for the topic that you did not understand. So that's all from me. Next, I will pass to Anissa. Thank you.
Thank you for the recent presenter. Now I will present about the prevalence of mental health issue across all age. Individuals aged 18 to 25 years had the highest prevalence of AMI, which is 29.4%, followed by adults aged 26 to 49 years is 25.0%, and those aged 50 and more is 25.0%. Adults who reported 2 or more races had the highest prevalence of AMI, which is 31.7%, followed by white adult is 32.2%. Now I will talk about the background. The goal of this study, which took a wide approach, was to better understand the severity and incidence of various types of mental ill health in the general adult population across age group. The first goal was to see how severe anxiety, sadness, sleeplessness, burnout, and somatization symptoms were in different age groups. Another goal was to evaluate the prevalence of caseness of different categories of mental illness in both absolute and relative terms across each group. And now, I will go to the result, which is anxiety, insomnia, and burnout were more significant and prevalent in women, especially among the young, than in older age. Based on the cut-off scores used, the prevalence rate for insomnia, burnout, and somatization were notably high. When compared to other age groups, men aged 30 to 49 years had the largest number of mental disorder. And also, symptom severity and caseness are lowest in men and women aged 60 to 69 years. Men and women in all age groups reported similar level of depression, while sex-related difference in severity were most in the youngest age group and eventually faded with age. Now I will go to the outcome. The major outcomes were depression, anxiety, PTSS, stress, psychological discomfort, and also sleep issues, all of which reflect the global mental health state during the COVID-19 pandemic, which is insomnia and or we can call it poor sleep. Secondary outcomes of interest include psychological symptoms, suicidal ideation, suicide attempt, loneliness, somatic symptoms, well-being, alcohol drinking problems, obsessive compulsive system, panic disorder, phobia anxiety, and also adjustment disorder to provide more evidence regarding the psychological consequences. Now, we have reached to the conclusion. I will talk about the conclusion, okay? The result reported here show clearly that first onset of mental disorder usually occur in childhood or adolescence. Although it is thought that timely intervention with early onset cases might help reduce severity persistence of primary disorder, prevent or delay onset of secondary disorder, or reduce persistent severity of secondary disorder. Much preclinical and clinical research is needed on treatments of early cases to determine whether this is true or not. Epidemiological research is also needed on the long-term consequences of early intervention for long-term secondary prevention. Okay? That's all of my part. Now I will pass to the next presenter. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Ansa. Today, World Report is about climate change. The Earth climate nowadays is changing very differently. Besides that, the climate changes in our Earth are affecting our life psychologically, physically, and emotionally. What is climate change? Climate change is the seasonal changes for a long period of time in the world. Since the 18th century, scientists known as the meteorologists have been monitoring and recording the weather. This record shows that Earth's atmosphere is beginning to get warmer, which is causing our climate to change. Although there are hundreds of reasons for the climate change, we are only going to discuss the natural and man-made reasons. Natural reasons. Due to these activities, the geographical condition of an area become quite harmful for life to survive. Also, these activities raise the temperature of the earth to a great extent causing an imbalancing in nature. Human reasons. Human activities that harm the climate include deforestation, using fossil fuel, industrial waste, a different type of pollution, and many more. Apart from that, if these changes keep on going, then many species of plants and animals will get extinct, and there will be a heavy loss to our environment. As a conclusion, we can see there are many effects of climate changes that seriously affecting our environment, health, and biodiversity. If we are if not take any action, our Mother Earth will be become sick more seriously. So, to the next generation, to have a better place to stay, we must always know to prevent the climate changes. Therefore, let us together to protect and love our beautiful Mother Earth that given by God and try to keep her healthy as long as we can. This is my part, and next I will pass to Fazana.
Hi, my name is Farzana Mesara, and today I would like to present about what does a messy room say about your personality. Having a messy room might be the result of a lot of factors. It might be mean you are busy and have a little time to organize and clean, or you have too much stuff, or it might be the result of having young kids in the house who are usually not motivated to clean up after themselves. Here are some example things your messy room says about your personality. First, mental issue. We are not suggesting a messy room is grounds for a diagnosis, but there may be a few with mental condition to explain the way they live. In the same way that someone with OCD may want everything in proper order. A hoarder seems to desire the cut to a point that removing anything could be psychologically damaging. If this is the case, one might want to seek help. Second, creatively and productively. Busy. You may have heard this phrase uttered by a cluttered person. Don't clean up the mess. I know exactly where everything is. We are sure you have probably seen the messy room of someone who is not lazy but the exact opposite. They may always be working on something that they simply push cleaning aside. Third, relax. A messy room depends on the level of filthiness. Could also be considered a live-in room. Research has found that those with a messier living space feel less inclined to stick the social norms of how one should be living, feeling less stressed about needing to maintain a level of cleanliness with that interior. It is not true for everyone, but change are those who keep things messy, most likely either like it that way or it does not bother them. In conclusion, I think it is not good to have a messy room because clutter can affect our anxiety level, sleep, and ability to focus. That's all from me. Thank you.
Thank you, Farzana. Hi and Assalamualaikum. My name is Karina. Now I will present to you about what if we can read minds. There are many people who desire to have the ability of the superhuman that is always told in fantasy genre movies. One of the superhuman things that most people want is a mind reader. Mind reader is the ability to read other people's mind. Based on psychology, actually humans cannot read the minds of others, but they can create mental models so that we can know the people's thoughts and feelings. Based on fantasy, there are powerful superhumans that can read minds such as Professor Charles Xavier or known as Professor X. Using this ability, he can do anything he wants. So what can we do when we have this ability? First, true friends. We can know which are our true friends, whether they are truly friends with you or they are just using you for their own good. When our friends have any problem, they will ask us for help. For example, they have a financial problem in their family, so they ask us to borrow our money. We can know the real reason they borrow money from us by reading their mind. Is it really they have financial problem in their family or they are just using it for something else? Second, enemy's thoughts. In this world, everyone surely have enemy, even only one. They always disturb your life. When we have this ability, we can know their tactics or ways to fight with us. With this ability too, we can fight using their weakness that we know from their thoughts, so that we can win without any want or shed of blood. Everyone will not dare disturb us because our ability to read their mind. Third, deaf and blind mind. It is good if we can read the minds of deaf and blind person. We can know their true thoughts right now if we say something that will hurt their feelings so that we can beware with our words. If there's something that they want but could not express, we can read their mind and make a surprise for them to do what they want the most. They will surely have the happiest moment with the surprise we make. In conclusion, reading minds also have a bad use, but most people want to use it for good. People want to know about others' thoughts, feelings, and make others happy. There are also many other good things that we can do with this ability. So, if you have this ability, use it efficiently and do not use it for your own good or to take the weak person down. Just like this quotes, the greatest power on earth is the magnificent power we all of us possess. The power is the human brain by Professor X. That's all from me. Thank you. Now I will pass to Shazlin.
Thank you, Karina. Hi, my name is Shazlin binti Syaf Anwar. Today I would like to talk about comfort food for students. The term comfort food refers to those food whose consumption provides consolation or a feeling of well-being. Stepping into the age of being a student is a meaningful experience in one's life. At this age, students need enough energy and nutrients to lead an active life. A healthy and balanced diet can meet the energy and nutritional needs of a student. However, there are a handful of students who pay less attention to health and nutrition. This article aims to guide students to practice healthy eating. Here are some healthy eating guidelines for students. First, each student needs to eat according to energy needs. Second, eat at meal times on a regular basis. Parents must make sure students take food at the 3 main meal times, which are breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Snacks can be taken if necessary. Snacks are food taken between main meals, that is at breakfast, afternoon tea, and dinner. It can be taken at least 2 hours before the main meal times. Students also must choose nutritious and healthy snacks such as tuna sandwich. Next, students must eat a variety of foods according to the recommended intake. Different types of food can supply different nutrients that the body needs. Therefore, practice a balanced diet and a variety of foods based on the recommendation of the Malaysian Food Pyramid. The Malaysian Food Pyramid outlines food intake from the following 4 food groups. Level 1, the main source of carbohydrate that supply energy 50 until 55% of total daily energy. Example of food, rice and noodles. Level 2, a good source of fiber, vitamins and minerals that help strengthen resistance to diseases such as immunity. Example of food like fruits and vegetables. Level 3, a good source of protein needed to build the body. For example, milk. Level 4, fat indicates that this food should be consumed in small quantities. For example, oil, salt, and sugar. For conclusion, parents should be wise in serving nutritious food in the most creative way from an early age. This is due to studies showing that young children do not like vegetables and fruits. Hopefully, with this guide can give birth is a healthy generation and free from all diseases. That's all from us. Thank you.